Soon after the 31st of December, the year count will change from 2014 to 2015. But how much would the change in the year number immediately change our lives? Does it really make a difference if it is 2014 or 2015? Despite the change in the year number, we would still be walking the same roads, going to the same destinations, doing the same day-to-day activities. The same sun would be rising, the same birds would be chirping. So, where would be the change actually felt? Well, then, change can actually happen in a few minutes. You can say it has already begun right now. And in 10 minutes from now, these raw eggs which are boiling would be ready to eat. And in 10 minutes from then, I might choose to watch a short video which could change some of my views upon life. Or if I choose to call a friend, that might change my mood. Anything I wish, I can activate. And in that way, time might be having a momentum of its own. But I have activated the upcoming future right now, haven't I? So, where do you think is the change? We are now in the 21st century, the millennium of two. The two would remain to be a part of all the dates for about 1,000 years to come. Two is known for its supportive and cooperative qualities. Two is about bridging the gap, loving, sharing, and connecting. The present century has a zero which follows the two. Zero is the God power or the infinite power which supports the calm and peaceful two. This century is the century of love and compassion. This century is the century of international integration arising from interchange of worldviews. This century is about to be working more in unison and harmony than any other centuries ever seen before. All who would be born now would become the pillars of compassion and global harmony. They will make great artists, musicians, and great moments of creative inspiration would be shared. Masterpieces would be created, acknowledged, and enjoyed. There'll be tremendous spiritual growth amongst the masses. And what will happen somewhere in some part of the world would be felt by all. The 17th century or the 1600s was marked by 30 years of endless wars over religious issues. By the end of the century, philosophy became a popular subject. Philosophers back then dreamt of a brighter age, where there'd be no dictators and no slaves. Every man would be free. They dreamt of an age of no wars, an age of love and peace. And it is perhaps that dream which brought upon radical changes in the prevailing systems back then. The 1700s saw the French and American revolutions where the authority and power was challenged and brought down. No one could anymore be saying, "If there is no bread, let them eat cake." open that easy. Every cycle opens with a 1. This cycle too opened with the century of 1900s. 1900s, the century which started with people riding on horses and ended with high-speed rails, cruise ships, air travel and space shuttle. The century that began with the simplest gun and ended with the rise of nuclear weapons. Truly, it was a century of 1. The 1 was fueled with energy and drive, and at no point ceased to move forward. As 1 also stands for independence and individuality, surely nationalism became a major political issue. 1 is the aggressor, and surely the world witnessed the major global scale wars, the clash of the world powers, the World Wars 1 and 2, with the second one being more devastating, reaching unprecedented levels of destruction. It soon became clear that in presence of such advanced weapons, it is very silly to fight endless small wars. And slowly, the world calmed down and globalized. This is the 21st century and the millennium of 2. And we all are the messengers of love, kindness, and compassion. There is a touch of kindness in everything we do. We support balance, harmony, and peace. However, whenever the principle of 2 is activated, also are activated some hidden forces. Hidden forces which operate undercover. Hidden forces which are continuously working towards creating harm to a peaceful society. The innocent and the unarmed are being continuously targeted and victimized. Terrorism is a global issue, and the hidden culprits have to be found and fought. Sometimes the executor is just the hands. The mind is somewhere operating from a hideout, living in between us, living like us, but acting against us. The mind is advanced and manipulative, while the hands are still living in prehistoric intellectual darkness. Every passing year brings stories which makes us think upon life. Is what we see the truth? Or is there more to it than what meets the eye? Is what we know enough, or is there something new coming up? Are the secrets still remaining secrets? Why is the new government winning with a landslide? What was so unexpected, unintentional, or unprecedented? 2014 is at its closure. What are the mysteries that it unfolded? Which profound questions did it answer, and how did it spiritually awaken all of us? Why is it necessary to look at the past? Well, because in the past are the seeds which are being sown, which are germinating right now, and which will bear fruits tomorrow. Past tells us what can be expected of the future. So, what shall we expect from 2015? 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5 equals 8. 8 activates karma, responsibility, rewards, and business. All that was being sown back then in the last universal year 1 would be bearing fruits now in the universal year 8, which is 2015. Good or bad depends on whether the choices made were correct or incorrect. The law of cause and effect would be very strongly felt. 8 also brings our focus on power and authority. A lot of issues related to clash of powers can be seen around the world. Materialism might be seen to be dominating emotions. 8 also rules the world of business and finances. World business and finances would see the straight effect of 8 vibration. And remember that 8 always gives extreme results. So this year can actually be seen to be a far more active and happening year as compared to 2014, which reduced to a 7. 7 was almost like a period of silence before the storm. Furthermore, 2014 ended with a 4. 4 again is more of a silent number as compared to a 5 in 2015. 5 is always seen to be very fast, active, out of the box, and very communicative. 2015. 2 is the millennium number supported by the 0 or the God power for the century. 1 is the decade which still keeps a certain level of aggression and beginnings alive. 5 is the year specific number which is about to make this year more high strung or eventful as compared to the previous year. 2015 can turn out to be the Pandora's box. Just wait and see where it goes.